You know, I used to look forward to League of Legends. I could always count on some good, happy performances. But it's been a while since we had any happy performances. But a true CEO shows up for every match, win or lose.
Like to, hit our junglers and you are either smart or you have hands. But if I have to pick one for Perry, I put him more in this guy, he thinks about the game really well. Like Voldibear was a champ where he was subbing in for Dignitas when XU got promoted after River was bought by Golden Guardians back in 21. That's really the start I saw Perry have where they were just enabling him to play the Voldibear.
DSG against Mirage Alliance, coached by Sven
Skjeren when no one else was because he was smart.
Sven Skjeren, a player back in the day.
Go to the right spot and push it. This is something you can do.
Hey everyone.
This game, and I want to see Perry show up.
Yeah, today our League of Legends team is playing again. We're not doing so good. We're 1-5. There's 3 games left.
I don't know how that's gonna go against.
We might be able to end 4-5, but even then, it's like, yo, I'm looking to win the whole league. Going 4-5, is that enough? But we'll see.
Executing together, and that's where I'm getting a little concerned. I'm gonna need to see some more team play from Mirage in order to act.
We're jumping straight into it. Oh god. So this is the bottom 2 teams. We're both 1-5.
Of last place right now.
This is the battle of last place.
Has a chance to still push and make it out of the promotion tournament.
This Malphite pick though is why
I'm nervous.
love Alorum in the league because
talk about
very
it.
nervous.
I look at this lane of the TF.
Battle of the mid? It's not even battle of the mid,
you are not
man.
be able to approach the wave at all.
It's battle of the
You
bottom.
know what you can do?
Battle of the lows.
You can press R in team fights. And I look at the comp that DSG has, and I look at how Malphite will interact with them in team
Battle of the
fights.
mid would be like if we're both
Really good. And you have
pretty good.
damage.
3-4,
So
4-3. This is battle of the bots.
And it's gonna be
The
about
literal
recruiting
bots,
and making
not
sure
like
that you
they
highlighted
play
that
like
these
bots,
matches
but
are
they're at the
team fights
bottom.
only.
Because that's where Mirage has been struggling. I like a lot of the drafts they put together. I can see the game plan, but then when you actually watch how they execute on said game plan, they leave a lot lacking. And I'm hoping that they're able to, tune up a lot of that here. We need Prismal and Alorum on the same page, RGS and Alorum on the same page to actually capitalize. on these
Ooh, good
engagements. I
damage.
trust
We're
Alorum's
up.
engages. I trust how he's
We
gonna
take
press that
all the
wave.
advantages we
But
can get. Our team is so down bad. Oh wait, I didn't know Talia's
Will they
rocks
have any
did
sort of
AoE
lead to
damage.
actually fight it? We see right
Did
now
it always
DSG
do AoE
fans
damage?
slightly edging out over Mirage,
Dude,
56 to
Alorum,
44%.
even leashed. He just
Okay,
knows
mid
his lane.
jungle, we're up 4 CS.
Man, whatever I can do to get this man a lead, 'cause it will not.
Okay,
affect
not
top
anymore.
lane whatsoever.
Top lane, we're up 1
Interestingly
CS.
enough, Will and Perry. I'm trying to remember actually.
You
Perry
gotta
first coming
appreciate
out
the
this
good
season, I remember
times before they're
highlighting
gone.
him as a volleyball player, even way back into 2021 summer split when he first kind of came in. As a
Ooh,
sub.
nice tenacity.
22 or it was
Get those
one
CSs.
Insanity was on Dig, which
He had 2 different runs,
it
right?
was
He had
22
the-
spring, I think, that he came in, because that was the run.
I'm trying to remember how much he's interacted with
Or no,
Will. 'Cause
22
Will, our
summer, my
summer
bad.
child, notable
That's
for
true.
missing out pretty much every single spring split.
Will was 21 summer of Dig, and then it was Perry 22 summer.
Oh,
That
there
was
it
it.
is.
That was-
Okay.
that was
All
my
right.
bad.
Well,
Yeah.
either way, still
Hey.
fun history between the two of them, right? They share a
Yeah.
little bit of that connection. As
This
Perry's
is
actually going for
interesting.
early
We are
invade, early dive.
Ooh, a dive with volley bear this early? Okay.
Low enough with it.
Perry and Tenacity have both
Got
really
Tenacity
aggressive
still healing
players.
up with the biscuits, with the potion.
Wow, that
It's her
is...
Perry and Tenacity. They have gold card. Tenacity will start it off. He's going to be tanking.
Tenacity
from
tanks. We
max
take the
range.
flash. We take the flash. We
Perry
just
does
take the
not
flash.
aggro the turret.
We take the flash, right? We kill the mob. We go for round 2. Round 2.
Oh, Perry!
Dang!
Perry! Oh no! Disaster for DSG's jungler as Perry tanks turret shot and then sidesteps back into it. Ooh.
Oh, the red buff and the chain lightning, it hurts. It hurts
Yeah,
so bad
that's
for
rough.
DSG.
And I don't know if it's over.
Oh,
Will's down in the bot lane.
no.
Mirage are going to try and make a play into DSG's bot lane, and Minui does not have a lot of backup. Going to look for the flash up the wall, cannot make it. Prismal.
Why do I even show up?
I really hate to say it, but this just sums up DSG split. Who might be dead here too? He's
Why do I even show up?
Okay,
TP's
teleport
coming
coming in
in.
from Inui. I think Poom's fine.
Wow,
I don't think even our Valorant team made these kind of decisions.
That's good.
All right, I'm banning 2 random viewer
Aggressive in the bot lane, which we do
to
enjoy.
take my anger out. Who wants to get banned?
See, Mirage Alliance plays are not clean, and it's a good start from
Pick
Mirage
me.
Alliance.
All right, Pacific Oreo,
I would
perma
love to get a
ban.
replay on what happened top.
I need one more
That was
volunteer.
such a fiesta that I just need to see it again to see how it
I'm gonna
happened.
close my eyes. Everyone type.
I don't really know what else to say when it comes to DSG. Like, this is just
Whoever I click on will be perma banned.
not put things
In
together.
3,
They've had things go tragically wrong.
2,
Not played well enough as a tournament.
1.
They're in a spot they should not be in.
Facetious.
Perry's
Can
gonna
I
try
still
and
watch then?
slice
I don't know. You tell me.
Flashing onto RGS, but the flick wasn't fast enough from Young. The seismic
Yeah.
shove was a little slow, so RGS gets out of there.
That did make me
It
feel
is
like a
fine,
tiny
RGS
bit
is all
better.
fine. If Young flash follows, maybe it's
Glow
there,
Reek,
but
thank you for the
Perry's
sub.
gonna
K
pull
Chow
himself
Chow
a bit
55, thank you for the sub.
I
So,
mean, this is tough. Like Perry, again, as a Boulder Bear, you can get ahead and invade Zin in this matchup, but if you get behind, Zin will shred you.
Yeah, and I want to go back to my guess as to what had happened there. The passive lightning chain, I'm imagining, just hit Alorum while he was trying to proxy farm the wave, aggro turret, and then he wasn't ready for it. Was a little surprised by that.
That or like a
But
red
again,
buff. Yeah.
Trying to be not deterred as he is still.
It's winnable. Yeah, I mean, it's just 2
waiting for
kills.
the
It's
potential
not the
another
end of the
top
world.
side,
It's
but
just
they'll
the
go quick.
way it
He's already been
happens,
spotted
you
by
know?
the ward anyway, and
It's
that
like a
kill was
2v1 tower dive, and we give away the kill. And it's not even in the tower dive attempt. It's hitting the fucking minions, right?
Is in favor of Disguised. And
Like, it's just stupid.
in the early game plan, like I would expect Disguised to be able to secure these because this TF again, Malphite shouldn't really be able to approach the wave top.
Like,
And we
if you
see even
tower
though
dive and you
One was
trade,
gifted that
sure.
first blood, Tenacity has
Or
a
the
massive
opposing
goal
player
lead, or rather,
outplays
CS
to an insane degree, whatever.
camps, or
But you're hitting a fucking minion.
Alarm's about to catch, but it's still this is like what I expect top lane to be. Malphite's going to be down CS, but Malphite is going to be really impactful in team fights. He's up in XP too. I mean that's more important for the tank, quite frankly.
Honestly, yeah, good seismic shove there in the mid lane from Young this time around.
When's Apex? I
Nasty will
think.
try and get the wave
when is
crash. Had the
Apex?
flash
Should be
earlier. I
soon.
think was worried about Will's gank. As well as hovering
Tomorrow
up.
actually. Tomorrow at
No
3 o'clock.
flash on the Twisted Fate anymore.
And then we
now
have
big
Valorant at
shovel.
8 o'clock.
Ooh. RGS got stunned there through.
Oh, let's go, Young! Let's go! That's my goal! He flashes out of the tower range! That's why he's the GOAT!
RGS trying to get aggressive, but the initial unraveled earth from Young really strong. As he also
Like
had,
this. Wait, I wonder why the tower didn't reaggro. Did Young just not attack while he was in tower range, walked out tower range, and then attacked again?
like pop that, you're pretty much guaranteed win.
Because I understand what the Zero was going for. You bounce it into the tower, one tower shot, dead, right? But the tower's like, nah,
But
I'm not gonna hit him.
there as RGS kind of jumped in and ate it. A lot of rocks to the face.
I mean, Young almost went down. If that last minion hadn't been there in the turret range, he would have taken that
Like,
shot and
to
probably gone down.
to understand what was happening, like you have to be cognizant of the fact that you're under tower and not attack, walk out of tower range, and then.
But will not make it back to the turret. So Mirage executes.
I'm banning someone random chat.
Really liked from Mirage Alliance,
Everyone,
pivots that we've seen from them throughout this split.
offer yourself up.
They're grabbing a lot more engaged now.
Count to 10. 1,
And
2,
I think that
three,
this is like
four,
the Dardock that really
5,
got Mirage
6,
Alliance
7,
challengers like in
8,
the first place.
9,
Think about
10.
last
And the
summer.
person being banned is
Dardock is damn good at engaging.
Hayasaki. Subscribed for 3 months.
Actually, you get a Dardock, like, when you
Appreciate
enter
all your
it's
love
like,
and
wait,
support,
A
Hayasaki.
still playing and B plays support now? Like, really? But he's a good support. Like, I really like his engagements now.
Oh, Young splits the rel. That's why he's my GOAT.
Honestly, that's totally worth. You're fine with that as Dardock. He held his flash. You can make a play with that later on. Poon doesn't have flash now, so you can kill Senna with a good rel flash in a combo.
There was one match last week where Young had a 100% kill participation rate. I think it was the Yasuo game.
They already got the kill and got the dragon.
And we get a dive for DSG though. Perry has the ultimate available. We're just gonna full execute here. Nasty even ulting in. RGS in a lot of trouble, but he gets out of there. Young, red a volley not quite there. The Raptors keeping RJS alive. Perry looks to chase him down.
Oh my god, Perry's alive. That's all I care about.
Will
Mirage
meanwhile
Alliance
taking
can
up all
go,
the
they can
damage
go,
from
they can
Young.
go.
Alarm's coming in here. Has flash, has ultimate available. Perry's
Okay,
gotta
okay, okay.
run.
It could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse.
Not gonna find Alarm. Oh, he's hunting. Alarm's right there. Flash ult. There we go. 1 Q. Seismic shard will be enough, and Alarm gets the kill.
Okay, I can't meme. We're gonna continue.
Yeah, Will's still here. Young still does not have the flash available. Ooh, but Will go down. Tenacity trades it back. But I'd like to have
Banning
Lorem
someone
taking that
at
one
this
out
rate,
for
there's no one,
Jeff
no one's gonna be
I was
left in
gonna
chat,
say,
man.
RGS got rocked
10 to
by
10.
Young, and Lorem says,
1, 2, 3,
"Alright,
4,
I'm
5,
gonna
6, 7,
rock
8,
your
9, 10.
jungler," in response to the seismic
Flying
drop.
screw.
We got rocks flying
Oh
left and right
man,
in this
following
game.
since 2021.
That was
Thanks
that
for
was
all
quite
your
the sequence
support.
vid. I don't really know how to talk about that one, but
Well, how about
you
we
know
talk
what?
about instead the
Or
fact that
somehow
Lorem
up gold.
Malphite
I don't know
is
how.
ahead in CS with 3-0 on the Malphite.
And I'm gonna be
I don't
honest,
know
if you get Malphite this ahead, the league
how we're up in gold.
doesn't really matter that much.
I think it's
Like,
because
Malphite
we're
is
up
gonna be
against
in
the other
control of
worst
this game.
team in
No
the
one can
league.
kill him. Like, it's really gonna be on Leandri's to
TF
Lorem
fastest,
isn't even that good
alright.
as we're gonna see. Old man Lorem
Yep.
calculated this one. He's like, that E doesn't come down fast enough. We just need to throw a rock at it. Meanwhile, Young's chucking rocks at mid to try and clear the wave. He's gonna go down. Will's gonna prep this. They're kind of committing to dying here, but I think Will's okay just sacking his life.
I still feel like a Lorem could have
was
tanked
weird.
that if you just let him press Q
It was
first,
weird.
but
Yeah.
yeah. Either way,
Will,
we're back to
yeah.
live. DSG are actually going to get 5 grubs, I believe.
Yes.
It looks like they got 5 of
lose
those
this fight,
ones. As
though.
now the engage coming.
Oh, this looks good for us. We have numbers. We have numbers. Wait, no, we don't. 4 is 4. 4 equals 4.
For it, though. Will's very low. Will smite away the last grub, so it will only be 5 to
Okay.
DSG.
The Unraveled Earth made it so that Dardoch couldn't follow up, and he didn't want to burn his flash over the wall. My eyes are really on Dardoch flash, because again, the big thing for this game, I think a Lorem and Dardoch flash.
Young still has 100% kill participation rate.
I think a lot of this game is going to be about Mirage Alliance bleeding out flashes from DSG so that they can capitalize on those being missing, just given the comp they have, because they are forced to wombo. If they do not clean the wombo, that's where, as you highlighted, the Voldabear standing in front of all the projectiles flying at you behind can be rather dangerous for Mirage Alliance.
As long as Perry gets tanky enough to actually absorb all the damage, because Mirage Alliance aren't lacking for damage themselves between Xinjiao, Azir, and Kaisa.
I think he might be going the Titanic Hydra build to kind of match what Will has. I've been seeing some Iceborne Volvi.
I like that a little
I
more.
like
Yeah, we
Iceborne
saw that game
Volvi
one.
a lot. You can get it after.
Okay, Malphite has 3 kills, but it's a tank Malphite, right? We just ignore him.
But it means that he'll have initially, less stats, less defensive stats to work with if he is going to be that pure front line. As we do see the first item completed here for Will. Boom sees back in from Dardoch. Are we going to try and stop this? Ooh, yeah. Okay, Prismal completes it. I don't know if we can chase, though. Not
Just
gonna
get some
find
free
him.
That's
damage.
fine. I mean, stopping a support timer like that means that Dardoch can't roam. Like, he just has to walk straight back to lane. So, delaying support timers is actually really important in League. I think whenever you can do that, it's really big. Especially, Boom, not nearly as effective a roamer as Dardoch in this game. RGS is going to net plate for himself. Tenacity is going to clean up the leftovers.
I'm going to say something controversial here, but
again, I think the game state
I don't think
really sound.
mana should be a
Goal
thing.
game, but given the comps, you'd expect Disguise to be up.
I think they should just allow champions
The
to
Wombo from Mirage Alliance is going to be strong. They have resources. Warren was up
not
there
have to
himself.
worry about mana
Yeah,
and balance
get a
around
Lorem
that.
kill right here. I'm actually not
Because
sure
late
if
game,
it's
like
actually
past the
Ghost. It's
15-minute mark,
out of a Lorem.
like,
Has
are
the
you
ability
ever
to
out of
control
mana?
That actually
He
is
has
a
control
lot of
wards.
percent.
Right? Are you really ever out of mana?
Control wards
Nah,
down,
you always have enough
but you
mana
still
to
need
do
to roll
things.
out. I think that Allura might
So
be
I don't really understand like why mana
seeing the rest
as a
of the
resource
side
is
broken
needed.
up, Allura gets out of there safe and sound, and now Manui and bot lane will be under pressure given that everyone was spotted topside.
Well, about Cassidy, I think it makes sense on like some
Play in the center, you
champions
don't have a lot of
that
defensive tools in the
needs to be
disposal,
limited in
especially
some
when
way.
it's Rel to just force that
Like you
engage,
can make
so
Cassidy have
walking this
mana,
wave
but
in,
like
and
just your
Manui
like
and
your
Poon
average
really
like why does Volley Bear need
for
mana?
themselves. Not that much, though.
Right?
As 4 plates have gone Disguised's way, they've almost taken.
Why
it to the
does
bottom.
Senna need mana?
Yeah,
She's
but Dragon
spamming a
that's
spell.
okay.
No.
I think Mirage Alliance are decently happy with that. And I like
Yeah.
how Will needs to wait this so that a second plate to go over to Prismal. Ooh. It is, of
Slows
course,
land.
You think mana?
Cassidy picked up his
That's
fourth
mana-less
lane,
champions.
5
I'm
buffs,
saying like
yeah, that's gonna make a big
the
difference.
average champion should be
I think
mana-less
that regardless of
unless
what
there's a
happens,
reason to give them mana. Like I can understand wanting Cassidy to have
Prismal
mana
thought
because
maybe
like
he'd have to flash or
or else he
click
just
there, but
infinitely spams.
does
Alright.
not use the summoner spell. Will and Dardoch will pick up the dragon. As DSG are still pressuring
You know,
these turrets,
mana
and
I think
top
is
close to
it's
falling.
an old
Have
school
not yet,
concept.
so see if Mirage can get to that point where they can actually utilize
Set
their
poo, think of
team
the
fight,
sub.
utilize their combo that you were talking about.
Yeah, and for Kaisa, I mean, I'm expecting to see the Eclipse build.
Then they can spam their abilities. What do you think Kennon's doing? What do you think Nar's doing?
And then you kind of
They all spam their little range
Out with
pokes.
Masters. We have
They seem balanced
this
still.
already on the Kaisa. You throw in a Crypt Bloom later on too. It's kind of this.
You know, people thought
odd
Einstein
items
wasn't a
that,
genius
you know,
back in
you're
his
able
day
to
either.
fully abuse the Kaisa evolves. You get the Q1 early on with this build, so I believe that Prismal has Q evolved now with the item break point that he has, and then when you go Nashers, you get really close to the W and then the E, and you do evolve W second. As you can see, yeah, he's got that empowered Q already. So that's really
Interesting,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Attack
love
of the
Kaisa
Squid,
for
think
that
of
reason.
something.
You can go so many different builds
It's a
depending on what
love-hate
your goal
relationship.
is.
It really
I
is
think
a
it's
love-hate
cool.
relationship. It's cool.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
If they really thought mana was
Sometimes
important,
that
they wouldn't have
happens.
removed the mana
Yeah,
pot.
is it going to be able to
I'm
do
just
too
gonna
much
say it.
right here? As Mirage
Hey,
are starting
they
up
used
the
to have health
Herald,
pots
they'll lose the
and mana
Burn
pots.
turret. Tenacity
They remove
can
mana
sit at
pots for a
one, has the
reason.
ultimate available, but
Riot
doesn't
agrees
play
with me. They're
close
just too
enough
pussy
as
to
actually
change
just coming off
what's
cooldown. So
been a
it is just
mechanic
bought
for
the turret
years.
traded for the Herald. Mirage will pick this one up. These guys see them taking it and say, no, we are not feeling confident enough to go for that.
And this is just the game, right? Playing out the comps the way they go. Not surprised from either of our teams. That's how that one plays out.
Ooh, nice rock throw.
Yeah, and the structure, the stone turret fell to the one throwing rocks.
Yeah. A lot of rock jokes going on. We'll keep you posted on those ones. Ooh, Tenacity on Shadow. A lot of damage onto RGS. Does get the Emperor's Divide onto Tenacity to push him away, but takes a lot of damage in the meantime.
Personally, I think the rock jokes have been rock solid.
I think, no, I was going to try and do like a Dwayne Johnson joke, but I fumbled execution. It's okay, we'll come back to that one later. Currently in the game state, we see the turrets falling down in the bot lane and the top lane now for DSG, so they are getting ahead in the rock turret race. Nah, that one wasn't good either. No,
That's fine.
man, I'm really dropping the ball here.
That's fine. Sometimes I put the pressure on, you know, you're not quite able to deliver, but, you know, the good thing about pressure is that it does turn dirt into rocks, so.
Yeah, sometimes I just need to be brought down to earth, you know?
Sorry, that was my USB. I've been having problems with my USB
See
ports.
if that can
It will
happen,
just
or,
randomly
you know, something
disconnect and
just to
connect.
achieve Something different happens. You know, you could think about this as Manui is spending the game painting rocks.
Could you?
Yeah,
I'm not following that one.
Boy's a painter. Mel
Well,
fights a
yeah.
rock. It's a very, very simplistic form of humor here, King.
Well, yes. All right, well, okay, thankfully we have confirmed he is in fact a rock. Although this candy, he's more like an eldritch horror, I suppose.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure what's going on with that
likes
one.
the ugly skins, and I say
Yeah.
that as no flame. Like, he says it. He actually does like the ugly skins.
It's a rock battle
Ooh, let's. Oh, Young, get out of there!
again. Got a spear and some metal behind him. Flash away from
Wow, he's gonna live off of Flash.
and throws out the gold card.
Tenacity
It does
throws
play the
out
sound
gold
now.
card.
The
Volley
one
bear.
down.
It's a 5-man. It's a 5-man gank. We're gonna kill them all. This is it. DSG's back. Young with the perfect Dahlia. Oh, cuts them all off.
But everyone's falling around him. Rocks down, will chase, and he will fall as well.
That's
Great
right.
throw.
DSG won't be the worst team in the league.
The engage wasn't clean enough from Mirage Alliance, so DSG
Let's
able
fucking
to
go,
play out
Young.
the comp of have Boldy in front, throw a bunch of crap
Can't
behind
believe
him.
he survived that.
And he actually can't kill the turret fast enough. He takes a big chunk of damage right there. Has flash. Will use the shuffle to get away. I was worried if anybody else from DSG was coming behind, but at least RJS gets the turret for that. It is still rough to see everyone fall around you.
Yeah, great turn and great Weaver's Wall, too, from Young. Just making sure that everyone got stuck there for Mirage Alliance, get a second look. And the chunk from Young is big in the first place.
Yeah, this is actually so much damage on such a tanky
I
Malphite.
think the big thing is that
And avoiding the
Mirage
knockup
follows,
from the
they just
Shinzao as well.
because they could chain the CC and make sure that Young gets one shot, but Dardoch doesn't choose
Volley
to
bear
make that
jumps in on the
decision.
Kaisa.
Now, this is
Really
the 5v4
nice.
Where you already burned a couple engage tools, you just get chased. This is exactly the scenario that DSG wants
Young,
to do.
look at that
And then
wall.
Dardoch
That
instead
wall is
uses
so
ult on
clean.
Just parry right there. Like, it didn't even save it for like a bigger, more impactful moment. I got to agree. That's why I was concerned. Okay, actually, we're not gonna have time to talk about that. RJS might be in trouble. Oh, he does get out of there. Now Tenacity doesn't chase
Dragon
down on the
control.
will.
Soul point.
Midui, okay, we're just going crazy
It's
here.
really important that DSG can deny this because it would open up like more time for TF to also split push.
Sure.
So
What I was
I think they want to fight in this window, given that they did just want to fight. DSG does have a gold lead. Mirage Alliance.
Lorm has ultimate again, though.
Dardoch
RGS
has
has ultimate
flash.
and
Just
flash. So
watch Dardoch.
big cooldowns in favor of MA right now. Can
Oh,
Mirage actually
here
pull
we
that off?
go. Wait, Azir's
No
leaving.
middle to the dragon yet from DSG.
Wait, Azir's leaving
Just parry.
on
RGS
Shelly.
is yet again not with the team.
They're gonna sack
Mirage special. They're gonna take a 4v5 while RGS is pushing mid lane.
Hey, there's a jungler on the left just chilling.
Yeah, they're out.
Can we take the dragon?
He's not going for it. So we give away the dragon. We're gonna lose the mid
I
turrets.
think it's worth. Like Mirage Alliance just like cleared a lot of the gold cap. They get the mid inhibitor turret.
Oh, but here comes Young.
That was a
Oh god, wait, what's going on the right?
Actually, we're back over to
Tenacity's
Tenacity.
dead?
Caught out by Mirage. RGS might go down. He's gonna try and take the 1v1 against Young with everybody else behind him. Flashes forward.
Oh, that's
Takes two
fine.
turrets and gets a kill for his own life. Yeah, that's worth giving up the dragon.
Well, it's not fine. Overall, we lost 1.4k gold and 2 turrets.
Tenacity has all. He retreated away from the team and didn't pop it and gets caught by an alarm flash ult. That's super weird. And then I will say RGS burning flash to trade out a kill. I don't know how much that matters. Gold on Azir is good, but that is now a target that Disguise can look at. So I want to see Disguise try and focus down RGS, take that, big DPS factor away from Mirage Alliance in this game, in the next fight. Maybe Disguise can, use that to bounce back. They did prevent Soul Point. That is good. Because now TF has the option to do what RGS just did there at a different dragon, right? Foot push, ignore the fight. That's DSG going to be more so their comfort zone in this game.
We've seen that type of play so much from Mirage, though, where everybody is looking like they're set up for one play, and RGS is doing something else. This time around, it did net them a lot of turrets. Gold on RGS, gold on Azir, like you said, all that's good. But couple that with the engagement we saw topside, those are some of the concerning things when it comes to Mirage, is that often I don't see all 5 members setting up for the exact same play at the same time. So hopefully they are able to eventually group up. I still see them winning this game by going for that big team fight, which they will need that Azir gold in the fight to pull off.
Oh yeah, we had 2 players die that round, that fight. That's 2 more bans.
It's been a pretty chaotic game.
All right, everyone.
It's a split map
Who wants to get banned?
This is like the only thing that Mirage
10,
Alliance can play
9,
for this top outer,
8,
so
7,
I think they're just trying to
6,
make sure that RGS
5,
continues to be
4,
strong and get
3,
fed.
2.
Yeah,
Well, we're
I
doing
mean,
2
again, props to
bans.
Mirage Alliance, like, they are running
Ban
into
number
right
1, X Pure 75. Following since 2018.
At least they got
That's
a
6
lot of
years
goals
ago.
on
Goodbye.
threats in RGS on
5,
this Azir.
4,
So
3,
he's up
2,
levels,
1.
up levels on everyone on DSG now, and sitting at 2 items, he feels pretty good.
Naziko, goodbye.
Harry goes in, gets the stun onto RGS, who has the Emperor's Divide. He's waiting to the last second to use it and might have waited too long. Now we'll shuffle away, but Tenacity's gotten behind him. Tenacity finds the shutdown.
That's why I was scared. He burned flash for the kill. He waited a really long time there to use his ult. Unraveled Earth meant that he couldn't shuffle out. Gold card finds him. The Azir's down.
Unraveled Earth meant you couldn't shuffle out. What do you mean?
They're gonna plan the peel.
Why can't you?
He's gonna have to do a lot
Oh,
of work right
right,
here
because
in
it knocks
terms
you
of
up.
damage.
He's so
It
brutally
grounds you.
outranged.
Yeah, the Hui is just holding the line. Alorm's not willing to commit straight onto the enemy bot laner, and now it...
What is this
it's going for
Shinzao
too
doing
long.
on the
I mean,
left? What do you
Mirage
think
down
you
and
are,
DSG
man?
will
Oh
take
my
the fight
God.
after the fact. Mirage not quite sure if they wanted to start it or leave, and they will get punished for their indecision. Double kill to Tenacity, and DSG walk away with everything.
I mean, this game is kind of leaving all of our heads being scratched a little bit, Kangas, as Mirage Alliance decide that they can't fight the Baron, but they can maybe fight after, and they definitely can't fight after, as they just get toasted and roasted. And this game's kind of ugly, Kangas.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just go back to the reason I was concerned about the Wombo combo type of style is that we haven't seen that synergy from Mirage. We haven't seen them all pull off plays as a team together. It's moments like this where they find actual leads, where it's individual members performing. RGS looking for something there on his own. He actually teleported into the bot lane. Is now okay. Says, nope, get out of there, Perry. And we'll get away to safety. But we just haven't seen them be able to execute these types of comps.
RGS is also kind of the linchpin of this comp. Like, if he's not around, I think that no fight's really possible from Mirage Alliance, because he has a lot of DPS, not to mention he can help close the gap. Flash on Manui, maybe?
Yeah, Manui could be in some trouble right here. Did have his own flash, as DSG will take that bottom turret, trying to make maximum use of this Baron. Manui will regroup with the rest of the team. And Mirage are not answering fast enough. It's only a Lorem down here. Everyone else is going to have to go the long way around, but that's a full Baron wave that will crash. You don't want to push for too much more though, so they don't actually go for a siege. 25 seconds till that dragon.
They do give Mirage Alliance a small window where they could have pushed into their jungle and found a pick, as we see Will and RGS going to do so a little bit late. Harry now has a dead man's on top of a Sundered Sky, so a little bit of a different Bear build, but still focusing around move speed, sustainability.
Yeah, I still don't hate it. It is going to get him into the fight much faster. He can try and capitalize on the mispositioned members of Mirage.
Being roasted. They're going to trade this for at least a mid-inner. As disguised, I mean, keep in mind, they have the Baron and Power recall.
Perry go for a steal?
No.
Don't parry. Just stall him.
He's just watching, trying to play goalie to make sure that they can't run straight to that midway. Flash from Dardoch does not land. And they didn't get onto Perry. Prismal tries to force.
Oh, wait, this Wei is doing hella damage. What the heck?
He's just too tanky right now. And now Mirage, they're trying to get back to the base, but they have no way back in.
Jeez, I didn't know Wei did that much damage. Hey, don't leave Dardoch alive with 5 health. What happened to Tenacity in the top lane?
Will defend the base at least, but DSG.
Did he get
2v3?
Malphite ult?
Oh my God.
Making it back into the base. Young is taking these inhibitors with the help of Poom. Perry gets a double kill, and I think that's just the game.
We got 20 seconds on everyone. It's a 5v3.
Perry's
not with the team though. He's gonna push the other lane, so a little bit of a split call pick here.
Yeah, it seems like DSG weren't quite confident how hard they wanted to push for the end either. Now Alarm goes in for the ultimate. Big damage on a Poom, but there's no follow-up. RGS did not have the cooldowns or the will to follow up onto Alarm either way. No. Poom's walking out of there.
The Will was dead. Nice. I see. I still see we're continuing the bad jokes.
All right, somebody died, right?
Well,
I was gonna have another dead player. All right, that's 2 bans in
RGS,
chat.
so something on the side of Mirage.
This game is a heart attack and a half, Kangas, as we have seen a lot of random deaths.
2 deaths.
I will say our teams are throwing.
All right,
this
any
is,
volunteers?
Looking at the stakes, these are our 2 bottom teams in the standing. This is a must-win game. Mirage Alliance is
Boom.
1-6 right
Mr.
now.
Mac,
They only have this
goodbye.
Series left.
One
Disguised,
more.
They have a series against Mirage Alliance lit in AoE, so they're facing
JC
the
Steel,
lower half of the
18
standings.
months
Teams
sub.
where if the
Following
weekend
says
tomorrow, these teams
2018.
will be in
That's
the
6
promotion tournament trying to
years.
fight for their spot back.
You'll be missed.
Mirage Alliance especially need to win this, given that FlyQuest is their
Don't worry.
only
If we
opponent.
win the round,
And they're
if
kind
we
of the
win
top
the
dogs
game,
in
I'll
this league,
unban
so,
everyone.
I mean,
But
both
if
of
we
our teams
lose,
are
then
feeling
you just
the
stay
pressure and
permabanned.
really trying to throw down, but it's led to just a very awkward game.
Awkward, but I will say, pretty damn entertaining. DSG are still showing up here and getting the lead for themselves. They're making it fun, and this is a good look for DSG overall, considering what they need to do in the standings to stay out of that promotion tournament. RJS is going to try and make a play happen. 1v1 against Tenacity. Prismal shows up.
Prismal.
Mirage make the pick onto Tenacity. Now they're turning on the Poom. Big engage from Dardoch. Prismal's unleashed. It's a shutdown right there. DSG will be in full retreat mode. And they actually get one traded back. They almost get RJS, but now Manui's in a lot of trouble. And
What the fuck are we doing? Why are we sending 3 people 1 by 1 into a meat grinder? Like what? Like what the fuck? Like what the actual fuck?
I mean, they just picked up pretty much 3.5, 4K gold, and
Like it's always these brain dead decisions.
He's gonna be massively fed after that, no?
I mean, he's got 3 items completed right now after that.
I'm banning
back.
3
There we
people.
go. 2K ahead of his lane opponent.
That's he just
Agarian, goodbye. Following says
Give him some
2017.
nice
Holy
protection
7 years.
potential way damage. A lot of magic damage is coming out. from this
Ohio
Also looking at a
VT.
gold card,
Following
not
says
really defending
2018.
your
Goodbye.
ability,
Yeah,
the ability
one
for the
more.
enemy to just pick you.
You can pop banshees though by just pressing.
Pog
RGL,
stars
but
subbed
then
for
you
2
are not
months.
visible to
Farewell.
TF ult. So that actually eats the banshees. So that is one
I
way
actually
that
never knew that interaction. That's fun.
Tenacity and DSG can play around that. But it will at least be efficient in terms of the damage profile of this game.
Sure. Let's see if it's going to be enough to get them back into it, though. They're still 5,500 gold behind DSG. Hold the lead right now, but Perry could be in trouble. He's the bear. He's got to be the front line, and now they're turning the attention onto Dardoch. The team just left him to
Nice.
dry.
I mean, that is a one-way trip for Dardoch once that doesn't work. Now Alarm snap ult out back to bit.
Or not. He's slowed, but he's not dead yet. And he does get out of there. He's fine. Tenacity,
Yeah.
meanwhile, still just going to keep pushing bot side. He has the ultimate, but no TP, so he's going to be joining this fight late if it happens.
I like this from Disguise. Just use this to let Tenacity split. You can at least get that wave in and can come afterwards if he wants. curious they're actually hitting this. I think that's... Is CRGS basic?
Yeah, that was on Vision, so they know. Alarm goes for the engage. Prismal gets onto the backline. Can Prismal make it happen? Kaisa Unleashed. Young goes down, but Boom repositions.
Kaisa Unleashed, she's dead, bro.
Prismal's down. Teleport coming in from RGS very late. Tenacity already ulted in. Alarm's in trouble. Will's in trouble. RGS is going to be the only member left for Mirage. Gets a nice shuffle. It's 1 kill traded. Flash from Perry. Stuns up RGS. Boom.
There's a wall of dudes. There's a wall of dudes. Nice. Perry gets away with 1 health.
Respawned and makes it back to the fight, but it's just a support rel. Will not be able to do too much to pick up kills.
He autoed the ward once. That enabled Perry to get out. Now Perry's going to think about it. He doesn't have the health, though. He's just going to tap E and get some, health back, given the jungle pet passive.
Go for the dragon instead. We TP Manui down
they
there.
They have to deny. This game's ballistic, man. I can't believe Mirage Alliance, TP'd RGS into that and went for the fight.
It felt so disjointed. It was like everyone was there. If RGS is there at the start of the fight, I think it works. But again, it's this team making the decision. It feels like a split decision. Do they want to answer the bot wave push, or do they want to fight at the Baron?
Well,
would love to hear the comms. I'm very curious kind of how those types of moments happen with these players, because again, we know that the skill is there. It's just the execution that sometimes has been lacking. But DSG walk away the benefactors here. They don't get the Baron, but they win the team fight, and they get more ahead in gold. It was 5.5. Now it's 6.8.
Deny Hextech Soul, which I think is imperative for them in this game. Hextech Soul, one way that Mirage Alliance could really close the gap. Especially Kaisa with the range is able to apply that. Now we're going to go again. And I think that a lot of these fights, it's really important Mirage Alliance has flash up. I think that's really the only way they can function in this game is by having flash advantage. And, okay, they're going to go. Flash is down on Manui. Dardoch has a flash up this time, so my eyes are on him to see when he chooses to take the fight.
Tenacity isn't with them, so now it's DSG with 4 members. If Mirage just execute the fight, everybody commit.
Jesus.
Everybody jump back there, take down Young. Dardoch's taking a lot of damage himself.
That's alright, we just stalled. We have a split push in TF. Don't let them back! Don't let them back!
Mirage get 1, but Tenacity is clearing out the base. In the meanwhile, DSG, they don't win the fight, but all they have to do is stall things out. Will jumps in onto Manui and actually will claim him. Tenacity ults back.
Wait, Tenacity just ults back
One of the carries dead
and kills the fight, and then we steal Dragon?
Members here. Feels like they're walking out on top.
Lorem has a TP, so he's going to be able to fix that and come back.
Oh my god, the macro goes crazy. The macro goes crazy. Watch out, guys, this is a giant rock. Wait, Dardoch just left out Twisted Fate. Huh? What is this?
Corral DSG. This is a very uncomfortable situation for both of these teams. How do they want to approach this one? Mirage Alliance are backing off.
Send the boys. Tenacity's going to go fix the side wave, which is, good on TF.
Wait, Twisted Fate's back to split pushing already?
Lorem could move the rep, cut them off. Lorem's waiting until he gets ult up, but the DPS is down from Mirage Alliance.
This Baron's been getting beaten up for the past 3 minutes.
That's the only chance. No flash. Wind become lightning. Jump onto the Baron. Smite steal it away. Can Will make the miracle happen?
They have a ward?
ESG are on there. The ward is cleared. They have the control ward as well.
How many wards do these guys have?
In trouble. He doesn't get it. Perry.
Nice, Perry.
Will goes down, but Mirage Alliance are at least able to get one. Prismal has respawned and rejoined the fight. Alarm ults out.
Oh, he can out of that because he's unstoppable, huh?
Perry's just too fast, and now Dardoch will fall. Killing spree for Perry.
That new bear, whatever Riot's been feeding him in the 14-4 patch.
I like the steal attempt by the enemy jungle. It's actually really close.
And I think that might be enough for Disguise to wrap this game. Will's down. RGS, Prismal have to band together to try and stop this push, but they only have one Nexus turret left, and all the inhibitors are open.
Aaron Buff will do a lot of work right here with very few ultimates available from Mirage Alliance. It's only RGS's Emperor's Divide. Can they make the base defense happen? Can they make the miracle happen? Does DSG have one last turret to take down? There it is. They will lose one. That's an execute on the Manui. A little bit of an oopsie. Is that going to be enough for Mirage to turn it? There's the Emperor's Divide from RGS. He stopped the onslaught. Perry's going to go down. Mirage are not out of this game yet. DSG.
Oh my god.
Will not end the game.
He actually gets away.
No Nexus turrets, but man, there's a hope and a dream in Mirage Alliance. They need to hold on to that because, again, this is pretty much a must-win series for them to not be in relegation as Manui died to the turret. Yeah, I think he probably just got aggro from throwing out spells.
Wait, what happened to Manui?
Range or something. We can get another look at it.
Oh, here we go.
Walks up.
The grub was in the turret range.
Takes
Nope,
turret.
There.
Takes
never
turret.
got
Yeah,
out of
it's,
range.
I think
Takes
Leander's
turret.
burn, right? I mean,
He
he
never
hits
got
him
out
with
of
a
turret
building and then
range.
goes back in.
He never reset it. And then, I mean, from there, Prismal picks a really nice spot in this fight. He's got to go in off the RGS ult. Gets away from Perry to do so. Executes TF. Takes down, or nearly takes down Perry in the back half. The Mirage Alliance, I mean, if they have flashes up, it's doable. But they have to have such a clean fight and opener to the fight. 7k gold lead doesn't make too big of a difference at this point of the game, Kangas. But,
They have
inhibs
no
being down,
inhibs.
You gotta believe it's gonna be the third Hex.
No
Dragon.
towers.
Guys that even want to play with that.
We
Those
have
guys wanna play
Baron.
is, the Barons they still have up.
Can we
for-
just put the
pretty much
game
one more
away?
wave to end.
Don't tell us we're too pussy
Whew.
to win in
What
this
a
position.
stressful game for Disguise. Shout out to Toast, who I know co-streams the games. I believe he's watching right now. Wonder what his heart rate's been like so
Mine-
far in
I'm
this
panicked.
one.
This game is making me panicked, man. My hair is
Yeah.
everywhere from this.
It's
don't
going
know
crazy.
what's going on half the time.
If I had any, mine would be joining you. But I know that this
We-
guy's actually doing some. Toast is, I believe he's banning one viewer for every death his team gets. We heard that from production earlier on. So 18 07s to the 18 fallen that have been lost.
That's just showing some democracy right there. That's just how it is, I guess.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
reminds
but
me.
I
I
think
haven't
that
banned
they
the last
can
2
close
deaths.
this one out. Mirage,
Alright.
they got nothing but
Cat
a trigger.
Lissa,
Yeah, there's
goodbye.
the gold. They gotta make a big play.
Shea
happen.
Bay,
Yeah,
goodbye.
boom. Okay.
Boom's dead! Now I gotta ban someone else!
Supers.
Tenacity's dead!
DPS to make it happen. Tenacity goes down. Big engage. Comes through from Dardock. No shot is happening again. Mirage Alliance.
Oh, no.
Back-to-back base defenses. Who needs a turret when you got a big crystal still up in your base? DSG Perry will try his best to run away, but
Make a
Dardock's
Hexal.
chasing him down. He gets out of there for sure, right? Right?
Oh, it hit.
Blastcone to safety. He should be good. Blastcone's that way. That wasn't where you wanted to go there, Perry. Taking a lot of those Void Seekers as he's still just too fast on the bear. I think he's good, but either way, Mirage Alliance.
Prismal's porting. They're taking the Hex Soul from this, though. He's running around.
Oh my god, flash from
Wall.
Prismal. I actually love that. Dardock's gonna tank up the turret. There we go. Shut down out of Prismal, and Dragon Soul's on the table.
I don't know if they can do it, though, because their base is open. They have to threaten ports. Alorum's just been hitting the super creeps the
I'm
entire
banning
time.
5 people.
Will can solo it. I think Will can solo it. It's only gonna be
No,
Coom walking
Senna's
up there.
Senna's there.
1,
I think
do
that
they have a
that
TP?
chase.
RGS,
They
they're
gonna have
lost
TP in
soul
2
from that
seconds.
chase.
3,
Where can they TP? There's one control word for RGS
4.
TP too. Okay, now we
That's
repositioned it.
dangerous. That's dangerous. They should go around him. They should go around him. This is really dangerous.
Oh, we're
Mirage
getting
Five.
Alliance are very split.
Okay, not only do Mirage need to get the dragon, they need to get it and then get out of there. And now they're peeling back. Will left the dragon. They're not just bursting it down. RGS taking a lot of damage. We got the soul, but what happens
RGS is
next?
dead.
Will's in a lot of trouble. RGS could go down right here, right now, and he does. Mirage Alliance lose their mid laner. Can Will make anything happen? On to Manui. DSG find 2 after the
See,
objective
even though
goes
it's a
down.
5v3, we have 3 inhibs, 2 towers. I still don't feel confident. In this position, I still don't think we can win.
But instead they chase the bear forever.
Oh, hey, Alorum, he finds engage. Young's gonna go down. No! Oh, Tenacity! He ulted in! Tenacity is going to end the game! DSG take game 1!
Nice work, Tenacity.
What a ridiculous game of challengers. That is just how it is sometimes, Kangas, you know? Just how it is.
I do not understand why they kept chasing a volley bear instead of just going, reset, get the fucking Dragon Soul, and play us 5v5. They were cooking us. Why did they chase a volley bear? Why did they trade volley bear for Dragon Soul? And also, why is this so hard? Why was it so hard for us to win that? We were up 10k gold with 3 inhibs, 2 kill advantage, no tower at Nexus, and we got ace. But, you know, not gonna lie, Tenacity had some pretty good macros. That's just TF in action. Alright, I'm banning all the people we banned. Unban all. Unban all. Mass unban. Ooh, guys. I don't have a command that unbans everyone. Ah. I already forgot their names. They're lost to time and space. How do you unban? How do you unban people?
So we'll definitely get up to 130 past that for sure.
For sure, there'll be more, especially since Chelsea in the league. So yeah.
There'll definitely be more than 99, just because.
So I get it. These kids, they want to play video games for a living, right?
Probably be more, just because in game 3s you're not allowed to like.
Do they understand that there is no job security in esports right now?
I feel like more, just because it's fearless, but man, I don't even know.
Did I unban any of the people I banned? Can you type in chat if you were one of the banned players? So I wanted to ban viewers.
No. I don't care about any other unique picks like laning, but like if anybody picks those.
I don't see them typing. They might be perma banned.
I actually can't do it. I know it might sound crazy, but I can't do that. Maybe if like Yumi was an anime character with like 2 swords. Nah, not with how Yumi.
I think the people we banned are just
Can't take the deal.
permanently
100%
banned.
taking that. $3 million to just be the best Yumi ADC on the server. 100%.
That's a lot of money. I'm down.
Yeah, I'll take it. Money is money, you know.
Doing it, easy, doing it. It's all good. $1 million, $2 million. You know, no matter who it is. You know, $1 million.
Any champ's ability. There's a lot of different abilities. Maybe like Twitch Q. I've always wanted to go invisible.
I don't even know. I'd have to think about that for a minute, but like off the rip, I could do like Twitch Q. That would probably be plain. Just invis. Yeah, no, I take Twitch Q 100%.
Hey, if you were one of the people I banned, I'm really sorry.
Just so you can teleport like anywhere on the globe.
But
And you can reveal your enemies if you have an off lurking nearby.
I can't figure out how to unban you guys.
It's like safety plus teleportation. Now that I think about it.
Twisted Fate ultimate, if the ultimate worked semi-global, 500 miles. Anything lower than that, I'd choose something else.
Zillion ulti, probably just revive people. The fun answer is like
Yeah, I
you know, because then I'm
can't
just
figure
like
it out.
really powerful and like I have a nuke I can drop whenever. Not that I would like do anything with it, but like yeah, maybe Zigzar or Zillion are.
Good question. Maybe grab
Go
a
watch the VOD. Hell no, I ain't got time for that.
you know, you just press
Bro, just stay banned.
Shoulder R, it's because it's really fun to use and honestly like having a big dragon swoop down on me when I need help would be really cool. And I've also been playing the champ a lot, so.
Shouldn't have gone banned if you didn't want to be banned. Analytics, community, content monetization setting. Okay, we're up 1-0. That's pretty good. I'm just still very worried about our playoffs chances, or even making playoffs. Thank you for the sub, Gangarism, JY, Atomic Avocado, Vinyl Queen, Eve Gaming PH, Kadaken, Attack of the Squids. Thanks for sub, guys.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. Game 2 on the horizon between DSG and Mirage Alliance. What a crazy game 1 coming. I'm still, you know, like, my heart rate's still coming down for that one. We're still reacting to it. We're still going to have to calm down a little bit. Somebody check on Toast, make sure he's doing all right. Because that one came down to the wire. Tenacity had the back door just to end the game.
That game was something else, you know? It was, a lot of things happened in that game. Some were good, some were not good. And you know, I think what matters most is that there was a lot of pressure on both teams for that one, and Disguise ended up come through in the end because they gave Polar Bear movement speed buffs, and we forgot about that.
Well, an important
That
note
more
is
than
that,
just but, you know.
yeah, true. Hey, I'm happy we got to see the volley bear again. We were both celebrating that earlier on. But specifically, I want to highlight the implications of this series again for anybody who maybe missed the setup for game number 1 or some of the conversations we were having. If DSG can win this series right here, one more game win will get them the series, then they will be tied with Lit Esports and AoE. Even though they have more series to play out, they would have the same number of series wins against them. Good chance that Disguised will be able to sneak out of that promotion relegation tournament and make it into playoffs here for NACL. So if you're a Disguised fan, this series is very important, but they also have matches against Lit and AoE. So Disguised have their destiny in their own hands. If they just keep winning,
have a chance,
they
is what
will
he's
make it
saying.
into playoffs. They can guarantee that as long as they string together back-to-back wins. But it starts with this one, and already, even if it was a little messy, this is promising as they picked up game 1.
It was very messy. That was the, and if you like scrambled eggs in the morning, that's what my head's going through right now. Still thinking about that game. So
Not even an omelet?
no. Maybe game 2 we make an omelet because we actually put things together well. But let's look at some of the things that we can't add to the omelet in this upcoming game, as we are in Fearless Draft, and we have some champs that each respective team cannot pick for themselves in game 2.
Yeah. None of these ingredients are available for for the respective teams, rather, going into this next one. So DSG, they ended the game with a TF ulting onto the Nexus. They cannot do that again. I liked the Hui setup bot lane. I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah, with the new
I'd say
Fearless
Young
Draft
on the
system,
Taliyah, all
any
things
champ we
considered, actually had
play,
a
we
really
cannot
solid
play anymore.
performance. I know that
Luckily,
we've
we
been talking
played
about
our
having the
worst
draft
champs
here.
first.
Individual performers on DSG and who we're most impressed by. I'm still giving shout-outs to
So we
Young,
cannot
who's the
play
returning member
Twisted
from the
Fate,
championship roster, and I
Volley
think out of
Bear,
everybody on
Taliyah,
DSG, he's
Hui,
been the most
and
consistently
Senna.
performing in
And
game
that
1
is
there,
our
I think,
strategy. We play our
racking up
worst
that.
champs.
When I think of
off
game
the
1,
bat.
Young was the person that drove me the least insane. So I think that Young had a really nice game 1.
Yeah, outplays RJS in the 1v1 mid. You know, he gets that huge Weaver's wall to turn the play topside. I think Young actually played pretty well.
Yeah, I think that it was a decent look from Young. But Disguise returning the blue side on this game. Expect to see Mirage Alliance to continue their bans. Seraphine will be off the table here. And a lot of top lane bans targeted at Alorum. Again, Alorum, different champ pool, plays it damn well. I will give Alorum a lot of credit. I think that some people write him off because of his champ pool. He plays it well. Like, his Malphite had its moments in the last game. You do get brutally, like, kited out if you don't connect with those engages. And we really saw, because our comps clash so much, we really saw, you know, how those fights.
I mean,
No.
it should be winnable. He has
Double
the ace
high
clutch. Benji's
Doesn't
one
stop
shot,
though.
though.
Pull.
Oh, what is that? Oh no, unbelieving! Oh no, Jesus Christ, fuck, unbelieving!
Oh my
No,
god.
don't show this! What are you talking about? Show me the fucking game! Show me the game! There's no way they didn't show Shin's clutch again! Production! There's no way! They skipped Shin's classic clutch on Sunset, and they skip his ace!
Wait, he had a 1v5 ace? Nah. Yeah, 1v3 here.
No.
Man, that's funny.
Combo,
Oh, Riot.
especially if it's a shorter range composition you're going up against, because the ability to have Aphelios guns interact at a longer range is very big.
And I'm getting real sick.
Smolder Blitzcrank?
I'm getting real sick
And
of
if I see
Riot
Smolder,
Esports.
it's doable. You get
Dardoch
Yeah,
likes
'cause
the
I'm
ace
losing
strike,
money
and it's really good into the
in it.
Melio.
April
you
9th, I
can
think what's up?
Lucian,
Fun
though,
of
that's
Eddie.
kind of
I think
hard.
what's up?
Like,
True.
Lucian Milio, you know.
Look, Valorant League of Legends is too expensive. You're paying 6 salaries. Why not just get into fighting games? You just pay 1 salary. Why pay 6 money when you can pay 1 money? Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. I'm done with League of Legends and Valorant. I'm investing all my money into the fighting game scene. And I'm going to pay the fighting game players 10% of what I pay the League players. Get a Counter-Strike team and just go to Major. What are the odds? I mean, if you can give me a roster of 5 really cheap players that can go to Major, sure. I'll bite.
Alliance decide to ban out here. I'm expecting a mid laner. They haven't shown top lane yet. Will is still flexing that Gragas. Could be jungle, could technically be support or top lane as well. So maybe we'll get a hint of that right here. But Yasuo, okay, sure. So, but again, another mid focus here, something that Young has pulled out.
Young showed the Yasuo really well. High key, you know what I hope to see from Young? His Aurelia is nasty. And I think Aurelia is kind of a tough matchup. And it's funny because he may not even be the best Aurelia player on his team. Because that's probably Tenacity. But his Aurelia is really good. And it is a pick that Disguise could use. It's a good matchup in the Tristana. So maybe we see Young dig deep. They would have to find magic damage elsewhere, but it's doable. And
yeah, I mean, Rumble's up, so maybe they would go for like a Rumble top lane with an Aurelia then in the mid lane. Okay, we are looking at the potential supports locked in. The Blitzcrank cover is the one I expect. It's classic into that Melio, but you are right, the Lucian might make that a little less enticing because the Lucian will just out DPS the Smolder early on, even if you get that big pull.
It is something that it's still so good in the Melio. Like if you hook the Melio's fight's over.
They're just dead, yeah.
And so I do like the pick a lot. Also, Vi, you kind of telegraph where you go. I will say that if you're going to pick Blitz, or was planning on it, for me, that's like more reason to pick Talia. Because the hook through Unraveled Earth is actually really strong. And with all the, at least, targeted CC, I think Young going on Azir, not surprised here. It is a way to avoid Blitzcrank roams. He will get timers against the Melio. His Blitz out of lane, Melio is kind of tough to match. Because again, you just get one shot if you get dragged in.
Yeah.
So I think some safety there for Young makes sense, even if that's not, straight up the greatest matchup for Azir. I think that overall, looking at the game, it's safety, and see how we round things out here. Alorum Renekton.
Okay. So
Alorum Renekton.
It's surprising.
Wow.
We've been seeing Alorum on primarily tanks, primarily frontliners, but this is what I want to see.
Aatrox, Vi,
Azir,
Lucian,
when I see
and
Smolder, I see you just
Milio.
want to stack. You're not interested as much.
Smolder
in, like,
seems very strong
the
if you
playing
guys
for the
get
team
if
early on.
you're
If you're
able to get the
Blitzcrank, you want to
late game.
roam, make plays happen. If you're Tristana, you want to be in that solo lane. If you're Renekton, you want to outplay.
Hold on.
This is where I think Mirage might actually be able to pick up these wins when they focus more on their own play rather than everybody sticking together as a cohesive unit.
I got to go through the stats because it's Alorum. I think this is Alorum's first ever competitive game of Renekton.
No way.
I'm on GOL. It goes back to season
First
6.
ever
No
competitive
way.
game
First
on
ever
Renekton.
game?
First ever Renekton for Alorum. And honestly, what is a do or die game? We're going to be honest, too.
That's kind of crazy, actually, that this player has been in the LCS, in Academy, in NACL, all over the place.
Hold on.
How has
I
he
need
never
to use,
played Renekton?
I need to use other stats here. Yeah, he's his
Wow.
first comp game of Renekton. He's never played it. Wow. That's kind of fun.
That's crazy. I mean,
That's-
we know
that's
that
kinda
Alorum's
fun.
got a weird champ pool, right? How many Urgot games has Alorum played? Since you have it up.
58.
Is he like, what?
58 Urgot games.
58 competitive Urgot games and he's never played Renekton.
Nope. I mean, I will say that, like, in theory, Aatrox does counter, like, the vast majority of Alorum's champ pool.
Sure.
So, I don't know. I think it's kind of fun for him to, like, really switch it up and show something new. I mean, Alorum is a player. He's been around for a while, but, the Cassante was a bit of a surprise. I don't think his Cassante was the best, but he was willing to pull it out, and now willing to pull out the Renekton. It's a champ that he's seen a lot of. His pool's built to counter, and I'm sure that he's going to have a unique take or approach on it. Renekton is decent on this patch.
Tell us that Star
It's some pretty
Shogun says
significant
you said it
buffs,
was
and
good.
might have
Wow.
been enough to tilt this matchup one-sided. Alorum feels like it's worth it.
I
mean,
don't
I
think
feel
it's
like
that
you gotta
good.
keep looking at those stats, though. Like, is there anything else crazy going on there? What else is like the most standard? Renekton has to be all
There's
time one of
not
the most popular.
the
top laners,
episode
right?
1
Oh, yeah,
had
most popular
a
champ.
booby
Renekton's a
warning,
core champ. By the
and
way,
I was really excited
we are
for it,
not
but
quite
episode
yet
2
in the
didn't,
game. We did
and
have
I kind of
another
checked out.
PC needs to be rebooted, so we are killing a couple seconds here. I mean, he's got 54 games at Ornn and 49 games at Scion, and both those champs do really well against Renekton.
Oh wow.
So that's the unique answer, at least to what we got cooking top lane.
I mean, we know that about Alorum, like I had said, though. He does have this super unique champion pool. It's just, that's so funny
Honestly,
to me, man.
I would have loved
He's
to
been
be picked
competing for
Wukong here. Wukong is like an old signature pick of his from solo queue. Wukong would have been really good here. Like, being honest, we already saw it in Aatrox. It won, not because of how it did in the lane, but it's doable.
True.
Kind of surprised.
But again, what I see about Renekton is a champion that if you get a lead, you can play for yourself a little bit. You're
Yeah.
not necessarily trying to play as like
Yeah.
this frontline engage for the team. So
Also, like, looking at the Tristana Smolder,
I get some
you
water. Be
scale.
right back.
You don't need another scaling element topside. So Alora bringing some strength to the table early game, like to kind of get Smolder and Tristana to the later stages. It makes sense to me, right? Because now, really all Alorum has to do is hold the Vi and the Aatrox in place, kill the Tristana Smolder, and you should be good.
do we think it's going to be enough for
Oh, I thought you were going
Mirage Alliance? What was that?
I thought we were going to the game.
Yeah, I got a little excited too. But we have some time to, kind of dissect what happened in that draft phase, as well as the situation Mirage find themselves in here, kind of broader strokes, because again, we are having to redo draft behind the scenes before we actually get into the game. So the question stands, Cubby, is this enough?
I just want to see better games from both of our teams, honestly. Yeah, the last game was so sloppy in a lot of aspects, and it is a do-or-die game. And if both these teams don't want to, be relegated or face relegation in the promotion tournament, we're going to have to see better gameplay, because some of the teams we have in OQs are quite scary, too. I mean, Winthrop, Aporia, now Blue Otter, like, those are good teams. And I haven't seen all the tape on them. I've seen a lot of tape on Winthrop, given just what I've covered in the past. And that's a team that I know a lot of our bottom NACL teams, A, will practice against, and B, are probably scared of. So it's really important that, you get to eat that spot. Every game matters, especially for Mirage Alliance. They need to find that next 2 victories if they want to have a chance, really, to avoid relegation.
And I think part of the reason it's such a surprise is that expectation. I remember when we were streaming, you and I were both doing a lot of the Champs Q streams on the patch before pros were actually playing it live during the LCS and NACL seasons.
Yeah.
And people in my chat were like, how good's Mirage going to be? Like, are they going to win this split? Like, look at the names. Look at the brand power on this team. And I had a concern back then is like, okay, but it's never just the individual performance. It's how everybody links together. That's why we talk about that so much, and why we're maybe a little more critical of a team like this than we would be a team with a bunch of rookies coming on. Because, I mean, Alorum, even RGS a little bit, Prismal a tiny bit, Dardoch,
That's
like
true.
they've had that LCS experience, right?
That's true, but also, like, I had Mirage Alliance, like, probably 7, 8, or 9 in there.
Okay.
And I had Disguised, like everyone else, top 4. I had them 4th in my standings. That was lower than everyone else, right? So in that aspect, like, Disguised, they have pretty early choice in terms of, like, where players go. Like, the teams that get to pick their players first are FlyQuest, TLC, and Disguised. And TLC, they've, like, started to make the rebound, right? I think TLC definitively is, like, we're seeing better gameplay out of them. We haven't seen that yet out of Disguised despite the expectations. So in a way, I feel like they're more disappointing. So I find it funny, like, bringing up Mirage Alliance, given the names. But I had higher expectations for Disguise, much higher expectations than this.
Damn it, this man is spitting. I can't even be mad.
Okay, well, I mean, yes, if we're talking about name power, tenacity, Poom, also up there having that LCS experience. But I just think that Mirage...
Can't even be mad at what he's saying. I had my headset on, and I was nodding my head to what he was saying.
For them. But I actually had a
Feels
chance to chat,
Cactus, thank you for the
ask
sub.
Prism some questions before going into this series, and I was asking about that, like, kind of... What are your thoughts on the performance, not only of Mirage, but also DSG, of both these teams having some of that star power on them and struggling to
I mean, what he's saying
he
isn't
said
accurate.
pretty
We
much what
got
we've been talking
to
about. He's like,
choose
look,
the
it's not just about
players
the
after
individual
Team
performance.
Liquid
It
and
is about how
FlyQuest, because those
everybody
two are
links
paying
up
way more money.
as a unit, and so
So
far,
we essentially
Mirage
were the
haven't been able
third
do
team
that.
to
They
build our
haven't been able
roster
to
out of
agree on
all
how
the
they
players
want to play out the
available,
game
and to
and
be
how
in
they should approach those. So all that is to say, I'm still
9th place.
happier
Are we
with
9th?
drafts like this. If there are, different people on the team that have different opinions of
And no,
what
it's a
they
little
need to be doing at
disappointing.
different
It's a
times,
little
give them the
embarrassing.
tools to make their own plays, because then at least they can try it out on their own, and it will probably look better if they have a champion that can execute individually rather than everything needing to fit together. So all that is to say, I think that this is going to be a better shot for Mirage Alliance, but I think it's safe to say this is the last shot for Mirage Alliance. If they don't pick up this game win and then this series win, they got to get back-to-back, they are like 99% out of playoffs. I think it's actually 100%. I'm not quite sure on that. Would have to check the exact foldy sheet. I haven't looked at all the numbers myself. I don't know, Cubby, if you have any more information on that, but it's virtually impossible for them to avoid that promotion tournament. So
It's pretty much impossible, yeah.
yeah,
Because,
yeah.
like, at least
It'd have to be
Lit or
FlyQuest.
Disguise, like, because Disguise plays the other groups that, like, would be at 2 wins, like, they're guaranteed, like, to get to more than that, right? Yeah. So like area of effect and lit are the other two teams with 2 wins. Disguise plays both of them. That means that like someone will get to 2 or 3 out of them, at least.
Good point.
Like, that's at least. So again, if Mirage Alliance lose this, that's it. Like, they're done pretty much. So a lot on the line here for this game. Yeah.
Against Wall
Here we
Mirage
go.
Alliance, they need to string together 2-game wins. Then the series one against FlyQuest in the final week if they want to avoid that promotion relegation tournament. DSG starting off, trying to get the momentum
Please,
behind
God.
them as they are looking to avoid that tournament as
Please.
well, just with a much easier strength of schedule. Let's see what Mirage Alliance try to do here. They have an
don't ask
early
for
stack
much.
up in the top jungle. The Blitzcrank,
really
I do
don't.
like it when teams opt for this type of play. Go for an
I'm trying to be a
invade
good
with that
person.
Blitzcrank, but they're not actually going to go all the way. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. They will walk forward.
A couple things I want to highlight diving into this in terms of some of our choices. We have Manui with the First Strike and Ignite. It's very much built around the burstier Lucian combos. So your goal for that is when you have First Strike up, use the Milio sums, you dash in or go in as Lucian and just get all the damage down that you can. And then RJS, curiously enough, going for Hail Blades. So much shorter trades for RJS. No fleet sustain. But he does have a little bit more kill threat early on against this year.
Gets down a ward here to track the early jungling of Perry. Will be spotted on that. Interesting movement from him right there. I was wondering what he was going to try to do if he's actually going to start hitting those. Instead, we'll opt for an early trade onto Young. So, tracking the junglers, I believe. Actually, there was no ward placed down from DSG, so they don't know exactly where Will's going to be.
Something that at least they can hide. Also, pathing towards Alorum's interesting. I wonder if they're going to try and set up some sort of dive on Tenacity.
Could be. Lot of early wards placed by Mirage Alliance. They see Perry where he started. They see exactly where he went. So, perfect information on the first 2 camps right now.
It's going to be a nice reverse clear, though, because Perry has a winning lane bot, so if he gets bot, he can at least play towards that.
So
Let's
you
see Young.
go
Nice
from
sidestep there.
Raptors
RGS, pretty
to
big
top
mistake to actually
jungle?
take the tower
That's
shot.
crazy.
Really well
Yeah.
played by Young so far.
Raptors and
Was able
to
to
RGS
swap
was trying to get that full
into
Hail of
Gromp
Blades,
and
triple
skip
shot
wolves.
there
I
to
don't
stack
understand
up
how
the
pro
bomb.
junglers do jungle.
They spaced the rocket jump into to
Well, that's
dodge
why
out
they're
of
the
the
pros
slow.
and
There's
I'm
also
stuck in
another
silver.
stack on the explosive charge. So yeah, Perry's going to reverse clear, so the camps that could be under threat, like if Will were to invade him and where you'd have the support of the Renekton, are taken. Now he can go towards his bot lane that will be winning, and that will be the crab that Perry will have access to. So I think overall not bad.
Very similar to the first series of the day. We saw similar clears come out from, I believe it was Chad. Or no, it was Kenby at that moment.
Okay, they have Blitzcrank,
against
which
Chad,
scares me
but
a
yeah,
lot.
the
I'm pretty
defensive
sure we've
clear
lost
from the
to
Vi,
every
you're really trying to
Blitzcrank
hit
lane this
at level
season.
6 as quickly as you can. Once you have that big ultimate available, you can just kind of make any play that you want happen. Bot lane's getting shoved in here as DSG are utilizing the power of the Lucian and the Melio, but Prismal's doing a good job of farming underneath the turret. It's really mid lane that's the biggest differential right now. Nasty's going to catch a wave topside. Young is heavily out trading RJS, though.
Yeah, RGS is actually going to be forced to base almost, as he's dings the level to get some health.
Perry!
This lane is definitely
know
not
you're
going the way
thinking
that
about
RGS
it.
would have wanted it to go. Going to walk way back to make sure he gets that TP down. Because between that tower shot, you see onto some of the early Halo Blades trade windows, he's pretty far behind. Doesn't have the fleet sustain, or in this case, the grass sustain that Young does. As Young went for a very safe lane with the grasp. He's really making sure that he can't get killed by this Tristana taking a rune like that.
Will's hovering top. You were highlighting, hinting at the potential of a dive, and I think we're actually going to
This
get it
Gragas
here.
is
Alorn
just
stacking up the
wasting-
Rage Bar.
Comes the
Tenacity
ward.
will drop
Nice
the ward. They
ward.
see Will. So how does Tenacity want to play this now? He's running away from the turret, getting away from the
Oh, that's
Renekton.
so smart.
Will
Just
lands the
walk
CC,
downwards.
Slow, but will not get the backup of Alorm, who's just a little too far away. So they'll
That's
proxy the
genius.
wave, and
The
Tenacity has to
best
back.
way to not get ganked
Still
is
pretty
to
well done, though, by Mirage.
just walk
Alliance on
away.
Alorm. Yeah, Tenacity will TP back, but Alorm can walk back now. And that's a nice TP advantage. Alorm will also get the plate. Well done.
They see this back. I mean, you know that you're on vision there, Will. So Perry actually joins in. It's a big wave for Tenacity, so I don't think he wants to join in.
Nice
Perry will
harass,
just stop
good
Will's back
harass.
a little bit longer.
It's not that big of a deal. They will spot Will on this Gromp if that's where Will wants to go. If anything,
able to
it's just
sub
opened up
Gyarados,
potential
Kaya,
goal
and
timer.
Silver Flares. Oh my god, did we dodge a
That was
Blitzcrank hook?
Old of
some good
Tomb.
spacing.
Good guy support, though, holding the way for his bot laner.
He was able to
Okay,
slow
I
us
think
though.
we're gonna win this. We dodged a Blitzcrank hook. That's a good sign. We never dodged Blitzcrank
I
hook.
just can't believe you didn't get punished for that.
I knew he's going to stop the space, too. Well done.
Yeah,
really
that's
well done
really
by
rough.
Disguise. Yeah, there been some nice early moments from Disguise landing as a team. And, I mean, it's good to see it. Like, this is why, you know, part of why Disguise has been disappointing is we know these guys have game, right? We know these individuals are good. We've seen them perform at higher levels than this across the board. It's just
I don't
haven't been
want
able to put
to
it
jump
together as a team.
to any
And
conclusions,
it's too
but
bad. It's
we
like,
might be back.
We know these guys are good. We can see good moments. I think that the lane's been going really nicely so far for Disguise. They just have to try and transition it, kind of like they were last game to a win. Just hoping this time it's a bit.
I guess this is gonna sound really random, but do I have any viewers from Turkey? I need one Turkish viewer.
He used the TP earlier, and then on this back has to walk to lane. So RJS did get a turret plate. We'll go for his own back now. Let's see how much the Tristana can purchase with that. Shouldn't be too much. Longsword right now. Boots picked up, and another longsword. Okay. Still feels pretty good, all things considered. As Dragon started up,
Don't ask so much questions. I just need someone who lives in Turkey.
I don't think there's a response for Mirage.
I ate turkey for dinner. All right, that's permaban. Trying to get
Lucian are
smart
gonna
with
have
me.
the ability to walk up. So no play here, and Will going to be a little bit behind the clear. But will have access to grubs. Again, this is where the strength and Mirage Alliance's comp is. It's with the Renekton on the top side at this point in the game. Lorem and Will doing a nice job of making sure that Aatrox is not able to get ahead. Lorem has an item advantage early on. Clawfield's Warhammer.
Will help out in the 1v1 trades. Also has that level lead over Tenacity from the early gank from Will. So even though it didn't turn into a kill, we can feel the repercussions of it. As Will now has a strong top laner to play through to get those grubs. You're right, it's a little slow though. He's going to be desynced with the dragon. 4 minutes, 15 seconds till that second dragon comes up for DSG. Let's see if Perry and Will interact with each other. It's been a pretty slow early game in terms of jungle action outside of that one gank attempt in the top lane. And now Will actually goes for an invade here onto Perry.
Yo, don't let him just take the...
Yeah, there we go.
played.
It's level 6, explosive
Well
cast
played.
to
Yeah.
disengage. The little belly dance just to rub it in.
And that's risky from Will. Look at Perry's XP bar on the bottom left of your screen. If he gets another camp, he hits 6. So if Will misses that,
He just
he's
gets
dead.
one of these wolves, he gets it. And Young's here. This is
What?
really
Are
aggressive.
we
from Will.
allowing this
Perry's got
Gragas to
smite.
do
He can
this?
Smite the big wolf, gets it, has level 6, but actually backs away because Alorum was much faster than Tenacity.
Yeah, not gonna lie, this Gragas kind of good Giga Chad.
Well.
I respect that aggressiveness.
No map, no play on the map, no more. I mean, Will's cruises on out. Perry's okay with that. He's going to shift his power bot side where Prismal and Dardoch are coming off a reset. And Perry should be able to take some camps away from Will in return. Oh,
Ilio
hold on.
flank?
Yeah, that's okay.
Ilio
This is him.
flank.
Yeah, Prismal can't show
Prismal
there.
has to pop the ghost, has flash
He's
available,
mad.
but here
He's-
comes Boom.
he's
The
in
kick
deep doo-doo.
lands, and now
Boom,
Breaker
goodbye,
is
little dragon.
dead. First blood to Perry.
Nice.
Well, I mean, Prismal just doesn't have control over that side of the map. This wave was pushed in, so it was on a bounce. Tough spot.
You
Nothing
want
for
to hear the
Dardoch to
real
do now either.
Colorcaster breakdown, you just got to say Vi presses are cease and desist kills. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this game continues to be more and more interesting.
Yeah, I'm really not sure where to go from this one. I mean, the Smolder seems to be the late game win condition for the team. But when it's getting put behind like this is now 20 CS lead for Manui. Dardoch went for a roam and didn't get anything for it because he didn't fully commit. Yeah, I mean, we saw him when Will was going for that invade. Dardoch was hovering around the top half of the map, but hasn't made anything else happen on the Blitzcrank. So they're really just losing out on the bot side and haven't found another play in response outside of just Alorm having that lead. And now DSG are back onto the map here. They're going for the play onto RJS. Scoops him in towards Poom and Perry, but Perry wasn't quite in range to make anything happen there.
So what did you pick up? SCA
All right.
team?
I mean, there's
love
nothing
Asian
else
people.
to talk about here, Kangas. There's no objectives up. We're just kind of cruising.
Wait,
I
you know,
think that...
I prepared for this moment, Gubby.
Oh, what do you got?
I got something. I was asking members from both teams. Stuff we could talk about during the game, their thoughts on the match, their thoughts on their seasons, things like that.
Yeah.
But we've talked about most of that already. I asked each of them one other question, and I'm curious your thought as well. I asked Manui and Prismal, what is your favorite Pixar movie? And I'll tell you, one of them had the correct answer, one of them had the incorrect answer. I'll let you guess which one.
I mean, the
Manui
correct
said Finding Nemo, and Prismal said Up. Which one do you think is correct?
Personally, I like Finding Nemo better.
Chat, I'm doing a social experiment. Can everyone name a fruit? A big fruit.
There has to be Toy Story or Monsters Inc. Let's be real.
Also, the answer is Up.
Movie.
I mean, it's heartfelt. It's meaningful.
Watermelon.
It didn't have the same impact on my childhood as the other ones.
Well, Prismal's my goat. Cubby continues to disappoint as Young gets pushed out of mid-wave here. RGS teleports
All right,
back
thank you
in
very
and
much.
can maybe get another plate for it as well. Here's what Chad thinks, though. Up. Finding Nemo. Oh.
Man, this Gragas is just
Thinks those
bullying
guys gotta get
Perry, man.
Dardock's coming in here. Perry does have the flash
Okay, he
available.
gets
Vault
out.
Breakers over the wall. Does
Nice,
not
nice,
need
nice.
to
They get
flash. He
grubs.
gets out of there.
Yeah, it will be 6 grubs, most likely from Mirage Alliance, as Alt was burned from Will, but it does force Perry out. Grubs just spawned. Young will get a plate with the Demolish. Should be no dive bot.
Ama comes down to help clear out the wave as Prismal will try and run away. Still taking a lot of damage. They have no hard engage, but I don't know if it matters. Poom's going to go down.
Oh, that was so close.
They can't continue.
Just to stay
That is
alive.
big. Like, at least the rotation means they can't continue, and DSG throw their tempo for a potential dragon away by failing that dive.
Interesting to see how things can play out from here. I think that they can still go for it just because they should know that Will's on the top camp instead. Grub's taken. Will's going to try and beeline it down to Dragon. Can they make it there in time? Nope.
No,
Does not look
it's
like
no
it.
play. All right, well, they still were able to get that. That's fine. Will gets 6 grubs. He's cruising the other side of the map. And I still think, like, I mean, we haven't really talked about, like, hey, what does it mean if this is a slow game, more controlled? I favor where Disguise is at right now. I think having a little bit of a gold lead, they're going to have pretty sound carry later on in this Azir that is going to be going for this tank Azir build with the grass.
Is it?
So it's going to be the Leandri's Riftmaker, making sure that you are shredding in these elongated fights and can't really die. As Poom's on a solo war mission, he's dead.
Boom, where the hell are you going?
as
Getting
Emilio.
bashed in by 2
Interesting
big dudes.
type
they
of
give it?
situation
2
here. We see,
big guys.
Okay, they're taking their time with it. Oh, almost gets the Q in time.
Wait,
Yeah,
Poom
I
could have
think they wanna
flashed
go
out
to
there, right?
RGS potentially, but not the case. RGS will look base now. Also important to note that
Alorum.
This is
Up
good
to
from Lauren.
Dominus. World Ender by Tenacity. 1v1 for the Bruisers.
Tenacity?
Tenacity so far
Are
is
you
winning.
him?
Run.
Alorum trying to get the rage bar built up. Knock up.
He's
Flash
him!
follow from
He
Tenacity,
predicted the
and he picked up the
flash!
solo kill.
I thought, so like Alorum will use the Empower W to break the Eclipse Shield. I thought Alorum might have had a chance, but Tenacity just chained all the sweet spots together.
Very well
Let's
done
go.
by DSG's top laners. Now Perry's looking for another
Oh,
player
wait,
bot
Poom
side.
died
Prism
earlier.
does not
I'm
have
banning
the flash,
someone.
but does
Everyone
have Will in his back pocket,
volunteers.
and he is
Volunteers.
spotted on that ward. That's part of why Perry does not commit to that play. Tenacity's about to 1v1 RJS as well. Doesn't have the ultimate available. RJS jumps in. It's the rocket jump resets. Actually just flashes forward. Sweet spot knockup. Rocket jump in. Another sweet spot. Tenacity. I think he can take this. Buster shot available for RJS. He's got to use it for the damage. He gets it.
Oh, that's
Very
2
close fight,
bans.
but RJS comes out on top.
Ultimate Death
Knocked
Guy,
all the way back.
goodbye.
Tenacity didn't have his cooldowns back up. RGS manages to calculate that one as he holds on, but Perry might be looking for more. Bit awkward. RGS holding the wall there. If you hold that wall, you were not spotted from the brush. So him actually walking to the wall might have saved his life.
I think so. Perry, though, knows that there's no Tristana there. We see the Renekton in the mid lane. And we have some priority because our bot lane rotated up. So we're going to go for the Herald. This will give Smolder some much-needed time in the bot lane to stack up on the waves, get some gold from the plates. But it will get DSG another objective.
Herald maybe cashing out a turret later on. Honestly, nice to deny Herald against the team that does have 6 grubs, as Herald plus 6 grubs does pretty significant amount of damage, actually. It's like the one way the Herald feels super useful on this new patch. Or I should say this new season.
I will say, though, I think it feels worse knowing that the Prismal on the Smolder now has 1 plate left and will actually take first turret. I think denying Smolder stacks, denying Smolder gold might be more important than padding your own pockets at this
Yeah.
point. You said that you favor DSG later, but Smolder's still a terror in the late
It
game.
is. I just think that, like, this mid-game, there is nothing that Mirage Alliance can do to contest. RGS is behind. Renekton is far enough behind now where it's going to be paper. And this Azir can really go off as this is a weird dive. Dark's
Yeah,
Oh,
Dardoch goes in,
oh,
takes the
right
third.
away.
Did not expect Parry and Prismal there. I think that they assumed it was only Tenacity, and they get punished for it.
Well, that wasn't pretty. This game's kind of dragging along here for Mirage Alliance, Kangas. Like, they're kind of playing for their season at this point. And it doesn't feel like they just have anything going on in the tank. Like, they can wait to hold out for the Smolder, but this guy's got the first 2 dragons. Yes, you have 6 grubs and Smolder that's stacking, but Prismal's still pretty far away from that. And we have another dragon
85
spawning
right
in
now.
90 seconds, and I don't even know if Mirage Alliance can sniff this. Like, I think they're just too weak across the board to contest.
I think once Prismal hits 125 sacks, they can look to, but I don't think they'll have that in time for this dragon, so it might just be a dragon soul fight at that point. Prismal will get this next wave here. Nobody's around, so if he's confident enough to walk up, he can clear it. But a minute on the clock. Let's see how DSG want to approach. Young's in the top wave, has teleport, but he might just be able to walk down in time. Shoves that one in, so RJS is going to have to go up and catch. RJS is actually taking the red buff on his way. The Tristana grabbing a jungle camp, and will then catch the wave. DSG have multiple members here. Prismal's got to be a little careful. Flies away. And now we drop the Herald mid. So we're going for the turret before the dragon spawns. 35 seconds. I do like this play from DSG. They can guarantee the mid outer. Oh, teleport flank from RJS. There's a turret right there that limits the approach
They can
angles that
kind
you
of
can
set
have.
up. If RGS snuck in here, he can maybe set up.
I think they
He's
saw
going to get
it.
a chunk.
I mean, looking at where Parry's walking, I think that they
He's
knew that that
still
teleport
hidden.
came in.
They can attack Aatrox. This is not spotted.
Oh, Tenacity could be in some
Uh-oh,
trouble.
Tenacity,
World Enders
get
combo
out
flash
there.
available, but it's RJS that
he's
starts
alive.
tanking.
Oh, no.
So Tenacity gets out of there.
Oh, Alorum didn't have flash up from the last play. That would have been a nice setup to take down the Aatrox before this dragon spawn. Is getting a dragon now. Could buy Smolder another 5 minutes. Still a decent angle from Mirage Alliance, but the fast track mid. Smolder will be cut off, and this will be a numbers advantage for DSG once Tenacity fixes this bot wave.
It's looking like Mirage Alliance wants to fight this one, though. They're not going with the
it's
game
so
plan
hard
of
for
let
them right
Smolder
now.
stack up and fight for the
Yeah,
soul.
It's so
Instead,
hard from.
they're committing to this play. Although we've also seen them do this in the past.
Oh,
Alorum's all alone,
boy.
literally nobody nearby, but Dardoch pulls over the wall onto
Straight
the
to
side,
the
but there's just no
crocodile.
follow-up, so Parry says that's fine. My team
Tenacity
killed
is coming in
Renekton.
from
I
the right.
re-engage onto RJS as Will flashes away. RJS has a buster shot them out of there. Slow lands, but Tenacity with
Nice.
the dunk onto the Tristana. And DSG win a handy fight there, catching members of Mirage out of position. And Young's not done. He looks for it, has to
Nice
flash
try.
away from the rocket grab, but will get flash out of Will.
Getting a Azir flash is a nice consolation prize, but that fight was all DSG, and it was really DSG from the setup too. I mean, once that pick doesn't connect on Tenacity, there's no more fight to be had there, Kangas. Like, Mirage Alliance cannot hang, and I know that Alorum got picked. It didn't look good. It's a really good take from DSG, but I don't know why Mirage Alliance are contesting that. There is just no way they win a fight. They have to play that out slow. They have to let DSG start it, and maybe they can get some poke down. But like, there's just no play. Like, there's no world where that works out.
And we've seen them do that multiple times.
Yeah.
Earlier in this series, game 1, they did that as well, where group up for an objective, but they just don't all commit at the same time. They're a little off in their positioning. And this time around, even with picks that might be a little more, forgiving for situations like that, they just haven't gotten enough of a lead here. RJS on the Tristana has not been able to crack these turrets. It was actually the Smolder of all things that got them that first turret. So if you're looking at Mirage backs against the wall, they got to keep playing this one out. It's really down to Prismal, I see, as the main win condition at this point.
Well, can we get the Smolder stacked up enough? Can Prismal... I mean, one of the parts of the latest change here from Mirage Alliance, and they started their season off
Here we go,
changing out
125.
their marksman last second.
Yeah.
But if you're 125 this part of the game, that's pretty brutally far behind.
Yeah, we're at 20
the
minutes.
average is like 23 minutes, and we're 100 stacks away from Prismal, being to that, late game savior.
You know how we do
At
this?
this rate, it's not enough stacks even for the soul point, or the soul that is available for DSG. They have soul point security.
You know how we do this, Cubby. Every single jungle camp now belongs to Prismal, and he better clear them all with that Q ability. Let him stack up, because if you do not get Smolder to 225 by the time the next fight happens, you are not going to win that fight. And I don't even know if they have the time. DSG on Baron spawn are going to start it up.
I don't mind it. I think DSG has actually put out a pretty nice game. I think they're just pulling Mirage Alliance in. If you can use this to get poke, Nui will get off the shield from Dardoch.
Lorm has TP, but he can only TP into the pit.
Yeah, here
Nasty's
we go.
on the flank. There we go. Teleport coming in here. Prismal throws out the ultimate, but Dardoch's already
dragon
low.
out,
Parry
though.
survives.
Tenacity
Dardoch
coming
will
on the
fall.
right
Tenacity
with
with the
wings,
flank,
goes
jumps onto
straight off the
RGS is not
crocodile,
doing any
Parry
damage in
knocks
this
him.
fight. It's up to Prismal.
Ooh,
and
Young
he
kinda
can't even get
whipped
in
this
there.
out, but all
Double
good.
kill to Young as Mirage Alliance. The wheels are falling
Nice
off.
knock up.
RGS chased down. Will
Don't go too far,
push
though.
away Manui. Is now Prismal. Okay, he's playing on the edge right now,
Ooh.
trying to bait Manui in maybe, but it's looking like Mirage is just going to have to give over this Baron.
And hey, I do want to say, I know that this series has been, you know, a little out there, a little back and forth, as some of our teams haven't made some plays. This has been a good game from this guys. I think this guys, like the way they played out this game.
Thanks.
Focus on the
Thanks,
dragons,
Cubby.
make sure they're getting that. Setting Smolder behind in this Baron bait was played out really well.
We
Gonna
did
try and keep
play
Will
okay
out
this
of the
game,
pit.
didn't we?
Tenacity holding the door.
Will's got to make the miracle happen right here, right now. He already uses the body slam forward onto Tenacity, which means no play for the steal. RGS on the flank, but everybody else
Man,
is moving
look at Tenacity
forward.
go.
Dardoch goes down, and Mirage Alliance lose another member with the objective. RGS just rocket jumps in, and now doesn't have rocket jump anymore. So Poom can try and chase him with the help of Manui, with the help of Parry. Rocket jump once more for RGS, but he is going to fall. Teleports in. Immediately dies, and Mirage Alliance are now going to have their backs even further against the wall. That's Baron buff to DSG with a massive gold lead.
Baron buff up, and I mean, guys, keep in mind for Mirage Alliance, they're 1-6, not 1-5 on the scoreboard. They're 1-6. They have one series left against FlyQuest Challengers Sunday of next week, and if they don't win that, it's over. I mean, this is pretty much death's door. This is the promotion relegation tournament now knocking for them. I don't know, man. It feels bad. We just haven't really seen this, like, Mirage Alliance show up, put together a series. And I know we talked about both teams showing up. I do feel like this guys really showed up in the second game.
Yeah, I'm happy that you highlighted that so
Yeah.
much, because they are playing this one in a
well.
way that we've been hoping DSG would approach
Yeah.
games. This is pretty clean play. They're not making the same over-aggressive mistakes that we've seen in past series where they were up in the series
Making plays
and then,
together.
fall behind afterwards. This is a very good look
We're
for
doing pretty
DSG, and
good.
they're hoping to avoid that tournament themselves. Win
You know,
here
we're doing
starts it off,
okay.
but they got two relatively, easier opponents ahead of them in their next series as well. And if this is the version of DSG that shows up, I think they got a really good chance here. Even if Tenacity is going to get picked in the side lane, he's going to try and buy as much time for the team.
Under Thieves
They're
Aatrox.
taking turrets. Tenacity is absorbing so much damage right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Flashes in.
Oh my
No
god,
way.
he flashes
No way
in.
Tenacity can outplay this. Prismal's got so much peel behind
What?
him. But the drain tankiness from Tenacity. He just
He's
wins
crazy!
by 1v3. Are you kidding me?
He's crazy!
Tenacity!
Oh god.
1v3 situation. He
Nah,
takes down
that's
Prismal. Yes,
cooked.
he called RJS,
That's
but this
cooked.
is the DSG that was promised.
That's
this
cooked.
Is the DSG
He's
that
fighting a
everybody wanted to
4v1.
see.
Get my man
Tenacity
some
looking
help.
Dominant here. As the fourth member appears, he still won't fall. He's gonna kill Will.
What
He beat
is
RGS.
happening?
Big shutdown for RGS, but meanwhile, the game is ending. DSG are in the base. Tenacity was a 1v4, and he wins the team.
He
the
literally
game.
fought off
DSG
4
keep their
dudes.
playoff hopes alive as they make quick work of Mirage Alliance.
And props to DSG.
Not
I know
the
Manui
worst
said it at
team in
start
the
of his day
league.
on Twitter, it's a do or die
Sheesh.
situation and game. And hey, disguised. I mean, game one was sloppy. They
We-
managed to find a win with Tenacity.
We stay
backdoor,
alive,
and then
baby.
Tenacity just 1v4.
We
in
stay
the end,
alive.
Making sure that the rest of his team could backdoor, kind of paying it back, right?
Yeah, both games essentially
AC
came
Young,
down
thank
to
you for the
Tenacity
sub.
ensuring a backdoor happened. Just very different circumstances that we
And,
saw the backdoor
It's so
executed.
funny. Because, like, there's this legacy of, like, 100 Thieves Aatrox. It's like a joke that everyone that plays for 100 Thieves is a good Aatrox player. It's like,
Yep.
it was someday. Sniper's Aatrox is damn good right now. Tenacity was up there. It's kind of nice seeing him pop off on a champ that we've known Tenacity for. I think he's been a strong performer for Disguise for most of the split. Really showing up in that one to ensure that they move themselves not only out of the relegation zone, but they now control their own destiny. Their next two matches up against Lit and AoE. those are the two teams that are now tied with them at 2 wins in the standings. If they win themselves at least one of those games, they're out. They do not get relegated.
Yeah, and that would be great for the defending champs, specifically for Young, as he's looking to keep his season alive. We're going to send it to a short break here before we are back with an interview of one of the victorious members from DSG. You won't want to miss it. We'll be back after this.
I wonder who they're gonna
They
pick.
said it couldn't be done. They said the world would never accept a cookie this long.
Bibs, thank you for the 5 gift sub.
Or
I'm probably gonna get off after the interview, but I'll be on Sydney's stream at 7. We're playing Tekken in the living room at the house again, so it should be fun. And I'll be back tomorrow because Apex Legends is back tomorrow at 3 p.m. And then at 8 p.m. we have our Valorant game. So a long day of game watching tomorrow. Yeah, they revealed the team for our Tekken tournament. I'm on Team VDX with Scar, Lily Pichu, and Saikuno. I have to play against Afro, Senju, Super TF, Kite, Hasagawa, Shifter, and Shonik. And they're all better than me because I haven't practiced in a week. Oh, man. I just see them climbing the ranks nonstop. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. Yeah, I need to practice. When I practice, no, I'm lazy. Oh, it's Young. He's back. And he's wearing the hoodie.
Victorious mid laner from DSG, Young. Congratulations, Young, on the victory, and also some incredible play. I know game 1, we were talking a little bit before going live, got a little wacky, but we still felt that your performance individually was very solid. So seems like things might be turning around for the team as you're making a late season surge to try and make that playoff spot. Was there any extra pressure on the team, though, knowing that you were up against Mirage Alliance here, and it was almost a do or die for the team?
I mean, not really. They're one of the also like the lower place teams. Like obviously, we can't really say much. We're 9th, so. But I think this is one of the easier matches for the split, so it wasn't that much pressure, at least for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys moving forward have the real chance to kind of control your own destiny. Now sitting at 2 wins, you're tied in the standings, I believe, in wins 2 with Lit, who you play later on, as well as AoE, the 2 teams you have to go both at 2 wins. You know, what's that feel like for you? I know that it hasn't been the start to the split that you like, but to ensure that you can at least make playoffs and control your own destiny moving forward. Is that something that's kind of exciting about the upcoming weeks you guys have? Like, does that kind of change the attitudes or mentalities in practice at all behind the scenes?
Yeah, I mean, stage matches are always fun. There's a lot of pressure, and I think pressure makes it fun. So it's gonna be fun hopefully securing our spot in playoffs. And I'm glad there's actually something to play for, because usually towards the end, the matches don't mean much. End of the season.
Yeah, sure. I'm happy you talk about pressure, because in the past year, we talked about pressure a lot with you last spring, because you actually got to play LCS before you played in the NACL, and I remember you mentioning, okay, well, that was the most pressure, so now the rest of the, the season doesn't feel as stressful. What's the pressure been like this year, and how does it compare to what you were feeling last year with your environment then?
Honestly, the only pressure I feel right now is just we need to get more wins. everyone on the team is really good, and we're honestly underperforming for what our roster is. So that's just the biggest pressure I feel. But outside of that, like it's spring split, it's early in the year, so yeah, like spring split doesn't matter, I guess, is like my cope. But yeah, we're slowly improving. So
yeah, that's good. I did want to ask you like one kind of gameplay center question, because you're the only mid laner so far that's busted out the tank Azir, kind of like taking over solo queue. This is the second time you've played it now. What's the strength of you for this pick? Like, why? Like, what are kind of like the conditions that you're gonna go this build versus the more standard Nashor's Lich Bane or a rush like that?
honestly, in scrims, I've tried both builds, and the tank Azir honestly just feels better. Like for me, like every game, regardless of what's going on, for the most part, I think it doesn't actually lack damage, even though you are building tank items. So I just like going it a lot. It makes you really tanky, and you can like bait enemies.
You are able to be that, engage as well and survive a little bit longer. So I do love seeing that too. Well, Young, we're going to let you get out of here. But before we do, any final shout outs that you have? Anybody at home that you want to give a special nod to?
Yeah, not my family, not my girlfriend, no one, just Toast. It's
That's why
Patreon.
he's my goat.
That's $5.
That's why he's my goat.
What about the chatters that he was banning for every death you guys had? Are you going to shout out them at least?
I mean, F for them, like, you can F's in the chat for them, like, it is what it is. Life's unfair.
F's in the chat and 07's in the chat for the Fallen, for all the deaths. But hey, congratulations on the 2-0 and the victory. And best of luck going in to prep for the rest of your matches. You still have the chance to make playoffs. We're going to let you go, Young, and close out the series.
He just secured himself a 20% raise. So that's an extra $10 a month. Marm07, thank you for sub. All right, okay, look. This might be the turnaround. This might be the beginning of the greatest comeback in League of Legends NACL history. Exciting stuff. Tomorrow we have Apex at 3 p.m., Valorant at 8 p.m. So if you prefer shooters, like watching people shoot guns, tune in tomorrow. And then the next day we're back with League of Legends again. And then the next day I'm flying to San Jose. What's in San Jose, you might be asking? Who knows? Who knows? All right. Appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm off for now. I'll be on Sydney's stream later playing Tekken. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.